Started on that couch, couldn't catch my breath. Rob's got the Stoke voice, Ben's coaching best. Emma joined the crew, brought balance to the mess. From zero to hero, community blessed. And we are live, that's how we start. 3 voices strong, 1 beating heart. Couch to coach, we're building art. Every step we take, we're playing our part. Keep running, that's what we do. Keep running, me and you. Keep running, through and through. Keep running, the whole crew. Keep running, dreams come true. Keep running, I'm talking to you.
And we are live.
Hello.
Apologies.
Hello.
Apologies, I've got a bit of a cold, so I sound a little bit like Barry White again.
Ew.
Ew. So last week you didn't know who Blue was, and this week you don't know who Barry White is.
No.
Did you just say who?
The Walrus of Love, Barry White.
I've never heard him called the Walrus of Love.
That's his nickname. That was his nickname. That was his nickname.
Is he a
My
singer?
first, my last, my everything. Have you heard that song before?
No, do it again.
My first, my last, my everything.
No.
No.
You've
Google.
never heard that song?
You've never
I
heard
don't
that
think
song?
so.
Oh,
You
Emma, how
know
old
what
are you?
you know what I listen to.
How old are you, Emma?
yeah, George Giffen.
You should know this. You're my coach. You've got my date of birth.
I've got,
35.
it's not like I look at your date of birth and go, "Oh, what session shall I give you today?"
35.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
35. Let's not push her too hard.
Barry White was also known as Walrus Rough. So can't get enough of your love, baby. That one? Do you know that one?
It's off
No.
again. Just while you discuss that, I've just got back from track, so I'm just having a mince pie. I'm going to mute myself because no one wants to hear that, but crack on.
ASMR.
You should have one of these with your mince pie. I rang Dan on my way home to say, can you get me a hot chocolate and a hot water bottle ready?
I did that. I'm coming home from track. I messaged Rachel and said, "Can you make me a cup of tea?" Cheers. So you crack on. I'm just going to eat my mince pie.
I've got a glass of water. So hello guys, we are live. Please let us know if you know who Barry White is. And I am right. It is nicknamed the Walrus of Love. That's his nickname. So we are live, and Ben has just come back from track, which we'll talk about in a minute. And mince pies are the best. I love mince pies. Do you like mince pies with a bit of icing on?
So I shouldn't talk with a mouthful. My mum would kill me if she was watching this. What's your favourite mince pie?
My favourite mince pie.
No, come on, let's have a mince pie conversation. Who does the best mince pie?
I didn't know there was different types, to be honest.
Well, you get your own baked ones. You get Mr. Kipling's ones. You get M&S ones. You get Waitrose ones. I think
I'd say
M&S.
A warm homemade one with a bit of cream.
Oh yeah,
Brandy
actually,
cream.
yeah.
So Rachel's mom
brandy
makes the best. She calls it a mince pie slice because it's like mince pie, but she does this like a crumble on top. And at Christmas, I typically put on a couple of stone because I eat like
Couple of
loads of it.
stone, you're going on the spreadsheet.
Put me on the spreadsheet. I'll bank the burpees now. I know there's stones going on. Carl Marsh loves one.
Greg's.
I like the fact that
Blair Orman.
Yeah,
So Theresa Marsh. I love the iced ones. Yeah.
I bet Carl and Teresa might have a bit of a Barney about that. Because I don't think someone that really likes mince pies likes the ice top ones.
I like the ice top ones. They're quite nice. Fraser Page says, even I know Barry White. And Fraser's younger than you.
I was just thinking that.
He's younger than you, and he knows who Barry White is.
This is hilarious.
Well, Fraser listened to some of my playlist on Saturday when he was support running, and he will have heard what I listened to. Barry White is not on there.
It's absolutely hilarious because I messaged you two earlier in the car on the way home and said, "What's the agenda for tonight? Let's make a really slick episode." And neither mince pies or Barry White was on the agenda. Just saying.
But that's why we are. That's why we are an award-winning and shortlisted finalists of the Audio Production Awards, which we still need to sort out the train to. I have been
Sorry,
looking
I've
at.
been busy.
I know. I have been looking at maybe staying overnight because I'm off Thursday, Friday, and there is a capsule hotel that I'm thinking I might. So, oh no.
We're going down the
Oh,
route of when you slept in your car again.
yeah.
No, just
I'm going. I'm potentially looking. I'm looking at it.
I was
thinking,
hoping you would get the
could do
train
that.
home so you could make sure I got home okay.
Why?
Because I'm
Right.
not old enough to look after myself.
You could run home the way you've been going lately.
Maybe.
Well, we'll talk about it off air, but we are taking somebody with us. We did a bit of a competition, guys, bit of a spoiler alert, and we have done a video, so we are going to be putting a video out there. The competition that we run, we didn't tell you what the prize was. So on Instagram, if you can remember, a couple of weeks ago, maybe when we announced that we were finalists, we said for people to like the post, to comment on the post, and to give your best vibes and your manifestation, and also tag somebody in that post. We have a winner from that competition, and we will be announcing the winner on Instagram. So watch this space. And also, Tim from Protein Rebel is also coming with us as well. We wanted to give something back to Tim and Liz, but unfortunately Liz can't come. So Tim is going to be coming and representing Protein Rebel when we go. Hopefully, not hopefully, when we go and collect that award. Ben can't come, unfortunately. So me and Emma are going to be representing. And one of you listeners is going to be coming with us as well.
Who's it gonna be?
Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? So let's talk about our running. Let's talk about why we are such an award-winning podcast. Let's talk about running and my triathlon, which is still running.
First question from me is, Rob, have you signed up to your triathlon?
No, actually, I haven't yet. I've looked today, and it's on a Black Friday sale, so I'm going to sign up. I am going to sign up. And I have contacted the company as well to see if they would, if they want to come on the podcast to talk to us about the actual event, because it looks like a tough event. So I need to sign up for it, and I've contacted them to see if they want to come on the podcast and give me some hints and tips.
Can you do that before you go to bed tonight, please?
Yeah, there's plenty of places. I know there's plenty of places, so I'm not worried. It's quite an expensive race. I think it was 230 quid. But now it's
triathlons. I think generally are quite expensive.
Yeah. There's a lot that goes into it, though, isn't there?
There's a lot of organisation, because you've got such a big route. And imagine there's plenty of marshals and plenty of people watching you in the sea. Well, it's not the sea, as it's in fresh water. But
where is it?
Ellesmere.
Do you want me to bring you a Greg's?
Yeah, I do. in the water though, halfway through, I want you to come on a boat. Come out on a boat and bring me a Greg's pizza.
Deal done.
At what point when you're signing up for a triathlon?
Yeah.
So you've got a running coach.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of running. And you're
quite
established.
I haven't recently.
Well, no, you're an established runner now. You've started your swimming.
I have.
And you've got a triathlon in mind.
Yeah.
At what point do you start looking at bikes?
Well, I need to look at bikes, really. I need to get myself a bike, just to get myself out on a bike and get myself... I know how to ride a bike. Don't get me wrong. It's not...
Can I just put another vision in everyone else's head?
What?
Don't take this the wrong way. You're massive.
Massive in every way.
No, like I don't think I've ever seen a man of your stature on a bike. I'm imagining, like, do you know one of them like them circus things, like a big
little tiny one.
Just 'cause you're so tall.
Yeah, I know. I haven't rode a bike for. I had a bike.
Really powerful on a bike.
Yeah, powerful torso. Powerful. I am quite. To be honest with you, I've never really been interested in bikes. It's not been something that I was interested. Well, most of my mates are interested in bikes. We're interested in bikes, and they were going on bike rides. So, but I got myself a bike. Shout out to Neil.
You have got one.
I have got one, but it's knackered. I would imagine it's knackered now because I haven't been on it for. It was during lockdown when they all went out on bike rides. We had to do social distance bike riding. Neil Reynolds.
Is it a road bike or?
Yeah. So Neil Reynolds, I put on Facebook. I was looking for a bike, just a cheap bike, and Neil Reynolds gave me a bike to because he is into his biking. So shout out to Neil Reynolds, chairman of Stoke Fit now. He gave me a bike, but I think I need another one. I've been offered quite a few people have offered me bikes, as in I've got this bike that you could probably have or buy off me. But the problem is I need a big bike because I am
I'll
so
get my
big.
Oliver on it.
Funny.
He loves bikes. He builds bikes.
Does he really?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, that's his
That's
hobby.
a very good idea.
Give it an
That's-
hour and he'll flash past and you can ask him yourself.
Yeah, I'll shout him.
You know what? He's
Oliver.
currently in the hot tub, and I just had to say to you, make sure you put some clothes on before you come running past tonight.
I hope he doesn't get him naked.
No, but he'll take his swimming shorts off. That way.
But yeah, so
It's
I need to get myself a
expensive
bike.
game triathlon.
It
That's,
is,
what,
it
that's what's
is.
always, other than the fact that I can't swim, and we'll talk about my swimming later. Yes, Rob, we will talk about that. But I've never thought like I'd have to learn to swim. I'd have to ride a bike, and then the
Yeah.
entry cost. It's a lot for a triathlon.
Yeah, but I suppose if you know how to swim already and you've already got a bike, it is just like we pay to go and do a running event, so it's just like paying for a running event, isn't it? I suppose.
Suppose it is.
So I might fall in love with it, and I might want to do more triathlons. Like I said to you last week, my ambition and my long-term goal. We'll talk about goals in a minute. It isn't on my goal list, but my long-term goal is potentially to do an
Write down my
Ironman.
goals.
Oh,
forgot.
have you not done your goals yet?
No, they're in my
You've not
head. I was
done
just
them?
writing them down.
Oh,
Got
right.
mine.
Rob, let's
but yeah,
crack on with the agenda so it makes it look like she's not
yeah.
prepared.
Let's talk
Come
about
on.
goals.
Let's talk about goals.
Emma, you first. No, but yeah. So I am looking forward to doing it. I am nervous. Don't get me wrong, but I am looking forward to doing it. I've got my third swimming lesson tomorrow night at 5:00, and I've been to see a gym it's just a swimming pool at a school which is down by me, and they've shown me their swimming pool. So I'm thinking of joining there so I can practice my swimming outside of my swimming lessons.
So it's not a gym. You've been to see a swimming pool.
Yes, but it's New Horizons in Chell. It's James Brinley.
Sophie Gardner, I think, works there.
Does she really?
The one off the roundabout.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's where she works.
So I was looking at Jubilee 2 in Newcastle, but the problem is Jubilee 2 are shutting their pool for 3 months over Christmas. So it's like, well, the whole reason me to join it because I've had to cancel my membership at Cave, I said last week, because I need to find a gym with a pool. And I went to James Brinley, or it's called New Horizons, and you get access to the swimming pool there, and you can also have access to Dimensions gym at Dimensions, and also Dimensions swimming as well. So I'm potentially going to be joining there. Problem is they haven't got much, as in swimming time. I think it's an hour a day, and they shut at the weekend. So it's like I don't know, but I'm looking elsewhere as well. So, but yeah, so and I haven't really done much running this week. I did 9 miles last week. I think I did. What did I do?
Just under.
Yeah.
Not quite 9.
No, I did a park run Saturday, and I was going to go out today, but I felt rubbish. I felt rubbish all weekend, to be fair. I didn't feel fantastic on Saturday when I went to the park run.
It seemed all right when you came to me.
I know. Well, I was okay because I wasn't running, I suppose. My chest is quite tight as well. So I thought to myself, I'm not going to go running today, because if I go out running and it's freezing cold, it's first time today that I've had to scrape my car. So I thought, well, I'll just have another rest day today, and then I'll go swimming tomorrow, and then get back on it hopefully on Wednesday. I'm running Wilmslow on Sunday as well. I managed to get myself a place. Somebody offered me a place, so I wasn't going to do Wilmslow.
You like Wilmslow as well, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I've done it for the last 4 years, I think it is.
PB course.
It is. That's my PB course as well from 3 years ago, 49.51. I think I got. I'm not going to get anywhere near that this year. But yeah, and I have got my goals, so we'll talk about goals in a minute. But let's save you till last, Emma, because yours is a massive, massive achievement. It's not saying that yours isn't, Ben, but
how do we get rid of Chris Ridgway out the chat?
Wow, what's he say? What's he saying?
Looking forward to hearing about Ben's wild swimming that he took part in on
I was
Saturday.
just looking at some of the comments, and I don't like the tone of Chris Ridgway. Can we boot him out?
So it's quite funny, actually.
Yeah, you could boot him out. I don't know how to do it, but you probably can. No, we'll keep him in. We like Chris. We like
I
Chris.
like
Let's talk
Chris.
about your. Let's talk about your
like
event.
Chris. I like Chris as well.
Let's talk about your event. Was it Sunday? Saturday.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm not going to say anything. I've seen the video, and I think most people have seen the video. I thought you'd.
I'm surprised
proper
you're not
knock
playing
yourself.
it. I'm surprised you haven't got it prepared and playing it now.
No, I'm not going to. I genuinely, I'm not going to take the mick at all because it's a serious thing. You could have really hurt yourself.
Well, I did hurt
I thought you
myself.
did.
Yeah, but I
thought
mean, you
did.
could have really, really seriously hurt yourself.
No,
I've
Did you
seen. The thing
whinge?
is, I
Did you
work
whinge
with mental
yourself?
health. I work with mental health, and people that work with Laura's work with people with head injury, and what can happen if you hit your head quite considerably is quite a lot of damage, which we know. So what the first thing I saw when you fell over like that is that could have been a hell of a lot worse if you'd have hit your head on a rock or something.
Yeah, well, I did hit my head a little bit. So what happened was, for those that haven't seen it, one of the big things that I've been doing, and one of the big goals, which you put on my Instagram thing, which we've asked you all to do a bit of homework about, which we'll come to in a bit, was cross country. So I've done some cross country races in the build up to this past weekend, cross country relays, but the weather has been quite kind up to now. And on this weekend just gone, as Emma will obviously be able to talk about because she saw it all through 48 hours of running. It was terrible. Storm, what was her name?
Claudia.
Storm Claudia.
She was a beast.
Screw you, Claudia.
She was a beast.
Yeah.
She was. It was Storm Benjamin before.
Well,
Claudia's worse than Benjamin any day of the week.
This like course for this cross country, which was basically it's called the Birmingham League Division 1 Hales owner in, and they do 4 races across the season. So this was the first race over in Leamington Spa, and
isn't that where old people go like for holidays? Leamington Spa.
Leamington Spa.
Yeah, I think my nan used to go there for like turkey and tinsel at Christmas. Leamington Spa. Where is Leamington? Where is Leamington Spa? Is that in Birmingham, Leamington Spa? Then?
It's just outside Birmingham. Yeah, it's
is it
not
really?
too
I
far
thought it was
away.
on the coast.
It's kind of Warwickshire, Birmingham, Coventry type of way.
Laura Beach. Do they still do You've Been Framed? Could have made yourself 200 quid here.
You're not the first person to say that. So what I'll do is, what's really good about
the
this,
podcast.
I've had some really good comments about it, and I can laugh at it now, and I will go through the comments in a minute because there's some really good ones. Long story short, it was really muddy, and the women raced first, and the women went off and did theirs lap. So you've got probably about 150 women trampling all over this course. It gets really muddy, really boggy. But there's 2 points on the course where there's like a ditch, and it's filled with water because of Storm Claudia.
Is that where because last week off air you showed us a video of them jumping over? Is that ditch that you? Yeah, okay.
That ditch. So I knew the ditch was a big thing because if you go on YouTube and you type in Newbold Common, the ditch,
you're going to be on there now.
Yeah, there's videos going back about 10 years of this ditch because it's always been quite a thing. Now, it's a 3-lap course. The first lap that I went round, the first 2 laps that I went round, it basically was quite congested because there's a lot of people in the race and there wasn't a lot of speed that you can get up going into the ditch. The time that I went and stacked it, whatever you want to call it, it was quite open. So I went into it with quite a bit of pace. I was running really well. I felt really strong. But I basically went into the ditch and it was really muddy, lost my footing. What you can't see on the video is that there's a good foot below the water level where it goes down. I slipped, went back. My lower back landed perfectly on the side of the bank. So that was the first impact and that really hurt. And then I went back and I bashed my head off the floor. Luckily, there was no rocks and I didn't knock myself out because it could have been really nasty. But I've got I took all the impact on my elbows. So I'll show you my scratches. You can't really see them. All scratches down my arm. which
Oh,
were
yeah.
bleeding. And I've got bruises on this arm anyway. Don't want all the sympathy. Put your sympathy in the comments, listeners. But I got out the ditch and runners picked me up and took me out, and they just dumped me on the side. And I was
Yeah.
like, my head was smarting. I felt a bit wobbly. This is where I get a massive shout out because I came round the corner.
We don't do shout of the week on this one. That's on
I
the
don't
that's on
care.
the episode.
This is shout out of the week for me.
Shout out of the week.
I got round the corner, and none other than Amanda Kelly and James Tutton were there.
She messaged me straight. She messaged me. I was, what was I doing Saturday? I can't remember. I came to see you. I know I came to you, Emma, but I think it was after seeing you. She messaged me just saying, "Can you check on Ben? Like I live with you."
She was
like
bless
Burton
her.
Ernie from Sesame Street. Can you just check on it for me?
She was really concerned. She'd done her race and she was watching with James and the dogs. And the first thing she said to me, because I picked myself
Stop
up.
slacking.
I got dumped on the side. Then I picked myself up and I started again. And as I come around this corner, it opened up a little bit, and I was like, I feel really groggy. So I sort of crouched down on the side, and Amanda was like, Ben, stop slacking. You've only got a mile left.
I knew she'd say
And
that.
I was like, she thinks that I'm just doing really bad. And then all of a sudden, I could see like the shock on her face, and she was like, "You look really rough. What's the matter?" And she was like, "You need to pull out. You need to stop." And I was like, "I'm not doing it." And then, bless her, she was like, "You're a dad first. You're not a runner. You're a dad. Think a bit.
Just
You need to
think
stop."
of the podcast. She was thinking. Just think.
And I
of
was
the
like,
podcast
content gold. But the first thing that I always think in that situation is I've never DNF'd a race, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
Stupidly, I carried on. And I think because of the fact that I carried on and I wasn't running very well at that point because I took some bashes, I was really, my body just started to stiffen up.
How
I think
how far had you got left then?
I had about a mile and a half left, and there was some big hills to go up and come round, and some more little ditches. So I didn't run down the ditches. I was like, I'm just going to take them steady. But I got really cold, and I think because of the fall, your body like tries to protect itself, doesn't it? And like it stiffened up. So like I felt like my arms were really stiff, and I was really sort of, struggling. And then I got to the end, and then Amanda was there at the end. Some of my club mates were there. They took me to the St. John's. What was really nice as well is when I fell in the ditch, there was a guy who was spectating there. By the time I got on the bus on the way home, he somehow found me on Strava. He'd messaged me going, I just wanted to check on you, see if you were all right, because we had a little bit of camaraderie in the St. John's ambulance tent at the end. And he was like, trying to make me laugh and stuff and just lighten the moment. Amanda Kelly was there with Tango. I got to meet Tango.
Yeah, little puppy.
Oh, I want
so
to
cute.
I want to see
So cute.
puppy.
But yeah, all in all, it probably looked worse than it actually was, but it was at the time. It shocked me quite a lot.
Well, when you fell, all you saw was your arms go boof, like rigid.
I thought you'd winded yourself.
Yeah.
I really winded myself. My arms going up, I think, was genuinely, the shock of it.
Yeah.
But it's one of them, like, it is good content because I put it on Instagram. It's my best performing reel in the last few months. It's now on 6,500 plays. So
every cloud
that's gone down well when you get that many. And I've just put it on now because I wanted to look at some of the comments because some of them are absolutely brilliant.
I don't even think I've seen it on Instagram. I'll go and find it.
Yeah, it's on Instagram. I've seen it.
So Leo Wheeler said, "You're a cross-country legend." I said, "I wouldn't go that far." What did we have here then? So one of my club mates, Ellie, she basically commented to say, "Do you know when insects get stuck on their back?" That's what it looked like. But the one that got me was just a random person that had messaged saying, "I baptize you in the name of the mud, the puddles, and the cross-country spirit." I quite like that one.
Yeah.
And then I've had a couple of Laura's, like the 200 quid from You've Been Framed and all that. But it is on Instagram. You can go and watch it. And
I'll have a look.
It's
I saw a comment. I can't remember where
I can
it was.
laugh about it now.
I can't remember who said it. I can't remember where it was. Somebody was saying, I think it was Ben Freeman actually, saying that Ben does a little cross country race and falls over. Emma does a 60-odd mile run and doesn't go anywhere near falling over, running down by the canal and everything.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it is one of those moments. I'm never going to live it down. My ego's more bruised than anything, but it's one of those experiences. It's one of those memories I'll never forget.
I'm just glad you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When Amanda messaged me, I thought, "Oh my God, what has he done?" And then when I text you, and I thought he might not text me back. He might be in hospital. He texted me back quite quickly. I was like, "Oh, he's all right." Then.
Would you know what it highlights? Something like that went on. I've not been at Halesoe in that long, and I don't always get to meet all the runners for the club because they train on different nights. But at the cross country, there's people there that I've never really seen before. Every single one of them was really caring and supportive. Going to do a race at a cross country event in Birmingham and seeing Amanda Kelly and James Tutton there with my club mates helping me out, and then other people like strangers that I've never met before messaging me on Instagram, and then on Strava, it just shows you that the running community is absolutely incredible. And I felt in really safe hands, and I felt really supported. And I've got cross country this weekend coming up. Let's go again. See what happens. You can't get any worse.
Who was videoing it?
Where did you get the video from?
I saw on Facebook.
They must know that somebody's going to stack it at that point, or
this is why
makes a good Instagram reel for somebody.
This is why it's got loads of YouTube hits in that particular section of that cross country going back 10 years. But I obviously wanted to see footage of it, so I went onto Facebook, typed in New Bold Common cross country, and there's a West Bromwich Harriers Facebook account. And they basically recorded the best bits of the ditch, and I made it. So I got the content, stuck it on mine. 6,500 views later, 10 new followers.
I'll put it on
trending.
10 new followers. I'll put it on the YouTube as well. I want to put it on the YouTube, and we'll get some more subscribers.
Tell you what, I should collaborate with the Couch to Coach account on that one. I'm going to do it now.
You'll get more views.
Get some more views on it. Let's do it. But for anyone watching, there it is. Look. Let's put it on. Hang on.
Sorry, listeners. If you're listening to it, you can't see it. You have to go on Instagram.
Here we come.
Bang! All you can hear is somebody screaming.
It's them two runners that just look back at you.
Look behind and carry on running. People running around you.
It was.
Oh, there we go.
I showed it to Dan, and Dan's like, he's winded himself.
Yeah, I
I was winded, banged my head, and it was just one of them.
You've had 72 shares.
I know, someone's taking the piss. 72 people are taking the piss out of me, going, look at this guy.
But you've been to track tonight as well, so it hasn't bruised your ego that much.
No, well, what I did was yesterday, I did go out and run on Sunday, more as a mental health thing. Probably should have rested, but I wanted to get out. I felt all right, no aches and pains, but I went and treated myself to a sports massage yesterday. Got some knots out, got my hamstring nicely sorted out. I've got some things I need to correct.
Did they just do your legs, or did they do your back as well?
Well, I've been struggling with a bit of a tight hamstring for the past 3 or 4 months. Another subject is he's basically told me that I've got a bit of an imbalance in my pelvis. So he's given me some stretches, and he looked at the range of motion in my right leg and my left leg and found out there's a really bad range of motion in my left leg. Giving me some stretches, I can already see the difference. And tonight I was running the track session and I didn't feel it at all.
That's cool.
So I've just got a few little bits of stretches to work on.
I think
but he did my back and it was working really well. So it was good.
Sports massage is really good. If anybody hasn't been for a sports massage, I would
totally recommend
100% recommend going for a sports massage.
Yeah.
I go to Paul Phillips, aka Kinney, and he always gets me right. I've been for my hip, I've been for my foot, I've been for my shoulder, and he always sorts me out. So if anybody is listening and thinks that they want to go for a sports massage, there's loads of people out there. I know there's loads of people out there, but I always go to Paul Phillips in Stone. So, shall we talk about the big event?
What's that?
The big event.
The big event.
The biggest event in Couch to Coach history.
Not only has she just done 2 marathons in 2 weeks, she's gone and smashed a PB at York Marathon. She's putting us to shame yet again. Me with measly, not even 9 miles last week. What talk to us about Escape from Meriden.
I don't even know where to start. Honestly,
At the start, normally.
That's what you tend to do.
I remember being in the registration hall and getting a message off Ben saying, "Emma, beware of this. These roads, they're flooded, and
Yeah.
those roads were our route." And at that point, it was too late to change them.
Well, we
And
met on Friday afternoon after work,
yeah, we did, didn't we?
and the rain. Well, saw you at Starbucks because you wanted to drop some stuff off with you, and
I
Dan
didn't
was
get
there
that
with you.
back, don't I?
Yeah, I've got it still. I've drank a can of Red Bull just to boost my energy when I came back from Birmingham. I'll replace it. But we went and saw you in I went and saw you in Starbucks, and the rain was horrendous then. And the first thing I said to you is, "What are you doing? What are you doing this?" I was like, "I'm not at." Yeah. I suppose what we need to do is we need to do a bit of the announcement that we made on Friday as well. Talk about that. So, which the fact that you were joined by somebody
Oh yeah.
that needs to be because I made the announcement on Friday that somebody was joining Emma, and that somebody wasn't me because I wouldn't do that. I was thinking next year, maybe I'm not 100% sure, but maybe next year. But you were joined by somebody else.
Yes. So my good friend and running buddy Jack the Stallion joined me. We had such a great time. I'd
Where
highly
is the
recommend
medal
it.
as well? Claire's
It-
just put where is the medal? I like that red one in the middle.
It's the
There.
red one.
Really nice medal,
And
isn't
is
it?
it the
As well?
back of it that looks
massive.
like prison bars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Escape from
So
Meriden.
so there was loads of people that were dressed up in like prison
orange.
suits. So
Yeah,
that
orange
was optional.
outfits.
You could have like an orange boiler suit, and
Yeah.
some people did it chained together. So the
Yeah.
whole like behind the scenes of Escape from Meriden is people are escaping and you're trying to get as far away as prisoners.
Yeah.
So you get the option to wear a boiler suit, an orange boiler suit, and you get the option to be chained. Now, I chose not to be chained to Jack or anybody because that's horrendous. I don't know why people would do that.
How long's the chain?
They were like about that
So
far,
not
not
that. So
far.
it's basically a three-legged race then for however many
Yeah,
miles.
they'd have to go to the
Silito,
toilet
if we did it
together.
next year, would you be chained to me?
No, because you're way faster than me, and if you
No, we'd
fall
have to stick
over,
together.
if you fall over, I'll go with you.
So the chained event was 36 hours as well. So you had
And there's
to
a
do it.
48-hour one as well, isn't there? I
It's
believe.
48 hours, yeah.
I'd do it with you next year. So we do it next year. Shall we put it on as goals?
No, not now. Not now.
Ben
Emma,
Freeman's just
carry on.
put.
I'm going to talk to
And
Robin
Ben
now. Carry
Freeman's
on.
just put EFM Couch to coach team next year. So we do it as a 3.
Well, you can all enter it individually as solos,
Yeah.
but go together. So there was some
Yeah.
other people from Biddulph Running Club that did that. So three ladies entered it as solo females, but stuck together.
Yeah.
And I think Pat Buckingham, who else was he doing it with?
Kieran Bedford.
Kieran Bedford, that's it. I think they did a bit together.
Yeah.
I think. And they must have entered it as solos, but gone the same route. But so it starts at midnight on the Friday. And you all stand on like a village green, and they say 3, 2, 1, go. And that was just a strange experience in itself because normally in a race you've got a start line. They say 3, 2, 1. Everybody goes in the same direction, but everybody just runs around like headless chickens. And
It's a bit like that BBC program, Race Across the World, where everyone
Yeah.
you're like,
goes
where
in-
do we go? Where do we go? And me and Jack, we just kind of hung back for say 20 seconds to let everybody disperse, because what you saw is people went, but then they realized they were going the wrong way. They'd gone down the wrong road and they're turning round.
Coming
So
back.
we knew which road we needed to go down, so we got on the right
Composed.
road. And straight away we got our game plan that we were going to go out nice and steady. We're going to walk the uphills, run the flats, jog the downhills. But because of the storm and the weather, there was loads of sections of road that was flooded. And some of it, you'd get to a section of road and it would say that the road was closed. I'm thinking, oh, it's closed because cars can't get through, but we can get through. But there must have been sections that were like half a K flooded and you had to wade through the flood waters. there was trees down. We had to climb over trees. Imagine you've got 4 or 5k down the road, and you get to a tree. We can't turn around and go back and find a different route or the flood. We had to go through it. That was the route. We had to keep going.
So was it like? Did you find it uncomfortable with your clothing? Did you get like really wet and like have to carry on, or did like people bring you clothing? Did you change?
Yeah, so we had amazing support crew throughout. So Dan drove us there and dropped us off at, I think it's about 10 o'clock. So we went in the pub, had a drink, then we registered, then we started. Dan rang at 5 o'clock in the morning and said he was back on his way. And I think he got to about 7 when he met us. So we'd been out from midnight to 7 a.m. and we met Dan. And he had changes of clothes for us. He had food. He had more water. He had first aid, deep heat, things like that. So we probably had about half an hour with Dan. I think Jack closed his eyes for 5 minutes. Dan sorted my legs out with deep heat. I got changed, and then off we went again. So we carried on, and then in the middle of the day, we met Becca. So we'd got changed at that point. Becca gave us a coffee. I sat in Becca's car and had a 10-minute nappuccino. Bang on.
Did you have
10
a
minutes.
nappuccino?
I did, and they were amazed at my napping abilities because I had 10 minutes and I literally rose. I was like, it's been 10 minutes, we need to go. And they were like, how did you do that? We then got on the canal, headed down the canal, met my good friend Rob Silito with Greg's. We had some
And
Greg's
Arthur.
pizza and Arthur. Arthur came running up to me and gave me the loveliest hug ever. It just made me feel so happy and warm inside. It was lovely.
I remember that when I went to Rob's wedding, the first person other than Rob to come and give me a hug was Arthur. And I was like, you know, when you go to an event and you're like, you don't really know anyone, you think, oh, I don't know about this. And you come and give me a hug, and I was instantly like, here we go, party's on.
Yeah,
Arthur's here. He's such a good lad. He is.
He just made me feel warm inside. He was just chatting away to me, asking me questions, giving me lollipops. Oh, it was brilliant. It really made me happy. Carried on a bit more. Who else did we see? Jack's dad was on a canal bridge shouting over to us. Then I think we met, like it was coming nightfall again, and we'd just got into Stoke, and I'd started to struggle with my feet with blisters. So we'd rang Dan again to head out to us with some blister plasters and some bits and bobs. So Dan came out. I sorted my feet out. I had a banana. And we put the headphones on, so we got our shocks on. So we left Hanley and headed down towards Ford Green Hall. And as soon as we got our music on, because we kind of said we're not going to have music at the start, we're going to use that to give us a boost. Because
Who said about that
Jack.
when we had a guest? No, we had a guest that said to save the music back.
Oh, I said that.
Was it Alexandra or somebody like that said it as well
No.
when she came on? I can't remember.
We were talking about tips.
Yeah,
It was a tip.
maybe,
It was one of the wheel tips.
Yes, yes.
Anyway, yeah, so ran down to Ford Green Hall, and I think the section from like Hanley until we got kind of into Biddulph, those were some of our quickest Ks, because we were like, we just got, you have a second wind. It was that kind of situation. And as we crossed over the bridge at Chatley and we're heading into Biddulph, it's dark at this point, and we can see a light coming towards us. And I'm like, what's that? Who's that? And it was Fraser. So Fraser, I think he's still listening. So massive thank you to Fraser. So we kept going. Fraser support running us. We got to the section of the Biddulph Valley Way where it's in Knipersley and you cross over the road by the Nelson, and Laura was there. She did me a massive favour and rubbed some deep heat in where I wouldn't let the boys touch.
Your bottom.
My bottom. Yeah, she got her hands right down there and gave it a good rub, fixed me. And then
I was going to say, that wasn't an offer that I give you. I brought the Greg's pizza. That was all I brought. And the lollipops.
What I wanted to know about the Greg's, and I'm glad it got brought back up, was that your Greg's of choice, Emma, or did Rob select?
Yeah. So I rang and asked. I said to you, what do you want to eat? I can bring you whatever you want, fast food wise. So you can have McDonald's, you can have KFC, whatever you want. and they whittled it down to two things. It was either McDonald's or Greg's, and then you asked
No,
Jack, and Jack said Greg's, and then
I think
pizza and
Greg's is a
sausage
great
rolls.
shout. What I mean was, did you send him to Greg's with the
Yeah.
purpose of getting anything from Greg's, or was it I want
No.
pizza from
Yeah.
Greg's?
Yeah, pizza. So pizza and sausage rolls. They were very specific. I said, "What pizza do you want, pepperoni or margherita?" And they were very specific. They wanted margherita, and I got 2 sausage rolls, and I got 2 jam donuts, and I came back home with 2 sausage rolls and 2 jam donuts. They had the pizza and left
Yeah.
the rest of it.
Sorry, we didn't eat it
It's okay.
all.
Arthur had the sausage rolls, and me and Laura had the jam donuts. So don't worry, they didn't get wasted.
It's like it's hard to eat when you're in that
Yeah, I can
situation, and I
imagine.
think
Yeah.
those pizzas that we had off you was the only proper meal that we had throughout the whole thing. We had access to food, and we went past
Whatever called
shops.
Greg's a proper meal.
Proper
The
food.
only like
Sustenance.
other than gels and Voom bars and
Greg's,
things
if
like
you want to
that.
sponsor the podcast.
Well, I did tag him. I tagged him in my video on Instagram. They never accepted a tag.
Oh. So we saw Laura, we carried on, then we saw Jack's boss Tony, and Tony's like, "What do you need?" And I said JD, and Jack said Medri, is the beer Medri? What is
Madry,
that?
yeah,
Madri.
Madry. The beer.
And he just laughed and went, and then we carried on to Smokey's Way, which is where Dan was next situated, and Dan had texted me like about an hour before to say I'm in position. And we got to Smokey's Way, and there was so many people, like half of Biddulph Running Club was there cheering, clapping. It was amazing. I had a little cry, gave everybody a hug. Dan took me over to the car and fixed me. And there's Tony with a bottle of J&T and Jack's beer. So at that point, it was like, right, I need this. So I had a
What
drink.
time was this at?
I don't know. It felt like 3 o'clock in the morning, but it's probably 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Don't even know. So that was just a massive boost, massive pick me up, because we just hit 100k. So we were at 100k at that point. I don't know what that is in miles. Sorry.
60
and-
miles.
And at
Not
that
60
point,
miles.
oh yeah, of course it is. And at that point, we were like having to walk. So we were splitting our Ks. So we got to a point where Laura says it was 6:30. Yeah, it felt like 4 o'clock in the
6:30.
morning. Don't even know. So each K we were run half, walk half, or if we felt like we could run more, we would. So we had a drink, took some painkillers, sorted our feet out, had some more shots, and then off we went with everybody cheering, clapping. Further on down the Biddulph Valley Way, and I think I sent you guys a voice note, didn't I?
Yeah,
and I
it
said
was
I
very
just had.
muddled.
Yeah, I
Very
was
muddled.
very delusional at that point.
I was just getting to my because I went to see Lilybell, one of my friend's daughters, in a show in Stourbridge, and I listened to this mess. Yes, I know, Ben. I came to Birmingham and didn't say hello. I know.
How many times do you come
You
to
were
Birmingham?
You were recovering. You were recovering from a serious fall, so I didn't want to disturb you. But I had this muddled message, and I can remember listening to the message, thinking, "What the hell has she just told me?" I was like, "What is that?" Something about Nigel. Was it Nigel?
No,
Who was it? Somebody you met. I can't remember what you said
Graham.
now. Graham, that's it. Yeah,
Graham. But I don't think I say that. I think
No,
we'd
you told
just
me
seen
after.
him. It was the log
Yeah.
that I was scared of.
Yeah.
So there was a log, and I didn't know that it was a log, and I couldn't see properly. So in the voice note, I'm saying I was trying to give you guys an update, but then I frightened myself. I was like, turn the torch on, turn the torch on. And I wouldn't go any further until I knew what this thing was. Anyway, we carried on. And then there's a head torch coming towards us, and it was my friend Graham, who is a really good ultra runner, and I've done support running for him when he did the West Highland Way, and I wasn't sure if he was going to come to us or not. All I remember doing is he'd asked for an update, said, "How are you getting on?" And I just put, "Just leaving Biddulph." That's all I'd put. And then he's ran out to us, and then he ran us all the way to the finish. So he was just a massive, massive support because he had more painkillers, more DP. He'd brought extra coats in case we were cold. He's currently training for the spine, which is in January.
Yeah, wow,
And
that's a really hard. That's a hard race.
yeah, so he needs to train with a lot of kit on his back anyway. So it's a good job he came out. But he gave us a massive boost, and I think we would have struggled if he hadn't have come to us, because down that canal in the dark, we were struggling, and he like led the way. So there was loads of trees down. So imagine in the dark on the canal, climbing over trees that were down. We got off the canal, and Dan was where we got off the canal, and we just had about 2 minutes, and we were like, we'd got about 2k to go, and we were very, very broken. And me and Jack just sat down, and we were like, right, we're going to full send this. So we took our packs off, we dropped whatever kit we needed to, and just kept the essentials. Good job we kept the tracker, and we put our music on, and we just did a full send all the way to Dan was then at the train station, and we just absolutely flew to the train station. And that was the highlight, because even though we were in a lot of pain and we were really struggling, we just smashed it out, went for gold,
So
got gold.
you, in total, you did 74.32 miles
Yeah.
as on road.
Incredible.
As the crows flies, it's 60 miles, and
Yeah.
that's what you need. You went from Coventry, so Meriden,
Yeah.
all the way up to Macclesfield,
train station.
which is incredible. And looking at the route, it's very higgledy-piggledy, because I know if you'd have gone straight, you might have got further, as in more as a crow flies, because you do a bit of a massive kink around
On the
about
canal.
Congleton, and
Yeah,
the
that's
Congleton.
on the canal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you go through Oak Grove and everywhere like that, Lime Green, Moss Rose. So incredible, absolutely incredible. And you got gold. So both you and Jack, and also the other people, I know a couple of other people that ran it with you through Biddulph. So they did really, really well. Robbie and Ruth, I know they did it. I know that Kieran
Yeah.
Bedford and Pat, I don't think it was their best race they put on their Strava. Both of them suffered an injury. So I know a lot of people that have done it. Somebody from Stoke Fit, but we're not 100% sure who it was.
I don't know who it was. I just saw
Yeah,
the
I'll find out. I'll find
yeah.
that out. But I know a lot of people that have done it. So it's to me, it's an incredible race. Because you
It's
choose your own
experience
route.
as well, because
Yeah.
there's no you finish when you want to finish. So
Yeah.
when we got to Macclesfield train station, we could have carried on. We had
Yeah, it wasn't quite 12
hadn't
o'clock,
hit
was
the
it?
24-hour mark. We could
No.
have carried on, but the next marker was black. I don't know how many miles. I think you had to get 100 miles to get the black ring.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have got that, so we would have just been carrying on for the sake of doing extra miles. But we'd got gold, so it was. Yeah, we've got gold. Gold is gold. Thank you.
So solo male winner got black.
Yeah.
147 kilometers. James
Yeah.
Collett.
It's got to be more than. Oh, that's as the crow flies, isn't it?
Yeah.
James Mitchell said someone ended up in Plymouth.
Yeah.
Wow.
Alice Kaufman, solo female, 145 kilometers.
Yeah.
Chained together, two people did 145 kilometers.
So that's two ladies. And me and Jack bumped into them just before the road that was flooded, and we asked them to go through the flood first, so we could see how deep it was.
I know you've got a chain between you, but you just walk through there first. So the person
Like,
who James Collett, who did 147 miles as a crow flies, actually did 164 kilometers.
Wow.
So that's
incredible, isn't it?
Well, 60 miles is 100, so he's done 120, nearly 150
so
miles.
That'll be as the crow
140
flies. So
Crazy.
his actual route will be a lot more
Yeah,
than that.
164. That's his real kilometers.
Oh right, okay, wow.
An elevation of 1,426, which is crazy, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So, not to take anything away from what you did, because you did absolutely amazing as well, because that's what you wanted to get. You said you were going to get gold. So, and it was I really enjoyed coming watch you. It was brilliant. Arthur was dead excited to see you, and he
We
wanted
were
to come with
getting
me.
so many messages all day, and it was
Yeah,
just
good,
incredible
good.
because it's like we weren't looking at our phones that much, and we were trying to keep people updated, but people were
Yeah.
updating us. So Chris, I think, is watching on live, and he was like sending us updates saying like, this is how far you've done, you're doing great, keep going, and like updating us on other people. And the others from Biddulph Running Club that were doing it, we'd got a group chat, so they were telling us how they were getting on, and we were all sending each other's pictures to say where we were and how we were doing. So it's amazing. It's a great event, but to me, it's an experience.
Yeah.
It's not just a race. It's an experience. It's completely different to a normal race. It's very extreme.
Yeah.
And how does the body feel now?
So, right this minute,
Ask
I
Laura.
feel
Ask Laura. She'll know.
Laura said I've got a good bum, actually. She did. So right now, I feel okay. Right this minute, when I woke up this morning, it's like my feet were hurting and my legs were hurting, but I feel better for moving around.
You've been out for a walk, haven't you, today?
Yeah,
So.
I've been for a walk, so I went slow. My feet are a bit of a mess, if I'm honest. So I suffer terribly with blisters, and I've been over the years of trail running and doing the long distance, trialing different methods. And if anyone's got any suggestions or anything they can feed into me, let me know. But I've been wearing Injinji, I think it's the Injinji, is that how you say it?
I beg
The
your
toe
pardon?
socks. The toe socks and Injinji
Bless you.
toe socks. And I've been using trail skin, and they're helping massively, really helping, but I'm still suffering. So on the outsides of my heels, I've got massive blisters that are like bruised. So they're bruised, but they're not just like a little blister that you would get on your toe or in between your toes. Massive. And then I've got a couple of blisters around my toes. So my
I
feet
think
are
there's an
probably the
element of
worst.
they're just going to be sore and battered for spending so much time on your feet, right? Is going to take a bit of time to recover.
Yeah, so I've kind of said to myself that this week I'm not going to rush into anything. I'm just going to listen to the body. I'm going to focus on hydration, nutrition, movement in terms of my walking and stretching. If I can get in for a sports massage, I will. But I'm not rushing into anything. There's no point in me putting my trainers on tomorrow and going for a run and my feet hurting.
Although
even
you have already planned to do Wilmslow Park Run, you've invited us both to Wilmslow Park Run. So even though you say you're gonna listen to your body, you're still gonna do Park Run.
I should be fine by then, though.
Yeah,
And that's only because I want to go to Run Northwest and get new trainers.
New shop into it's a new shop open, isn't it?
Because
have you seen?
I
They've got
retire in mine.
They've got a whole wall full of shoes. I've seen a video.
600 pairs on display.
Yeah. How immense that?
Oh, look at Ben. He's
even
thinking.
for a person that doesn't really love trainers that much, like me, that is pretty cool.
I mean, I unfortunately can't come because I'm going wild swimming again this weekend. Or cross country, sorry. But I think you've got to be sensible because the big thing that's on the horizon, we're going to talk about goals in a minute, is that marathon training is getting closer. It is starting.
50 miler. We keep forgetting about this 50 miler.
But having a little bit of time now to recover and then go and start the training we just need to stay injury free between now and when it starts.
Yeah.
Like, I've got a question. The last question we're going to say about this skip Meriden before we move on to goals. What percentage would you say you ran and what percentage would you say you walked?
Oh, good question.
I'd probably say 55% ran, 45% walked.
And then 10% Nappuccino.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm just going to put it out there, based upon his lack of comments tonight, Jack is still sleeping.
No, he doesn't. He can't join us. He can't join us on a Monday night. Only Tuesdays he can join us. But we will
yeah,
hear from Jack. We will hear from Jack, I'm sure.
we'd always said that you can't run it all. It's
No.
impossible to run all of that.
No, definitely
And we'd gone out with a game plan of we'll try and run a marathon to start with, but if there's a hill, we'll walk it. And when we walk, we will power walk. And we stuck to that plan. And then when it got tough, we
Even
did
whilst eating
break.
Greg pizzas, you were power walking.
Yeah, but it's like at those opportunities when we had people with us, we were powering on, and then it would be like, right, we're going to run now. And then when we left you, we ran.
You ran, yeah.
Yeah, I'm proud of what we did.
You should be. Very proud. I'm very proud of both of you. Very, very proud.
The last bit down the canal, when we got on the canal in Congleton to Macclesfield, we couldn't run down there because it wasn't safe to run. It was slippy. There was loads of trees down, branches down. It was scary. I was a bit scared. You couldn't see anything.
By that point, you hadn't slept for probably
A long
at
time.
least 30 odd hours. So
Yeah.
you're probably going to be, your mind's going to be playing tricks on you as well. So I can imagine being scared is quite a common feeling at that time. You've been
When
out
I
for
got
how long? Your
home-
body's exhausted.
When I got home, I went into a bit of shock.
Yeah.
So I was fine in the car. I remember sending you to a video. We dropped Graham off, we dropped Jack off, and I was fine. But the minute Dan pulled up on the drive, I was like, I can't get out of the car. And then he got me out and got me into the house, and my whole body was shaking, but shaking like really bad, and my jaw was shaking, my teeth were chattering. And he brought me in and he put me on the sofa and he ran me a bath, and then he had to undress me and put me in the bath, and I just lay in the bath. I couldn't even wash myself. I was like falling asleep, divering in the bath.
Well,
He
the
then-
other day, you walked that,
Yeah.
walked that far, and you'll see not
Yeah.
slept. So I'm not surprised.
And then he put me into bed, and then I slept, and then I had to get up and go and clean the Airbnb.
Oh.
Got my friend to help me.
Anyway, well
Yeah.
done. Massive,
you.
massive well done.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and
incredible.
I'm sure everybody is feeling the same that's listening to the YouTube live now, and everybody that listens to this on Friday, when it goes on Friday, will be thinking exactly the same. You've achieved something which is incredible, and next year I want black from you. Anyway, moving on. 2 goals. So that might be one of your goals, is to do Escape from Meriden and get black. I don't know.
No.
So
No.
last week, Ben was talking about his goals because he turns 40 next year. So his goals between now and the June this 26th, I want to say
27th.
27th, close. And then what is the goal between June the 27th and the rest of the year? So it talks about cross country, it talks about doing NSRRA, it talks about a sub 3 hour marathon. So his homework for me and Emma, which as per typical for me, was very lastminute.com. Literally today, anything that I have given as homework is always very lastminute.com.
We're getting better though, aren't we?
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. We have to remind each other. I completely forgot about it until like literally yesterday. So my goals, I've done 2 lots of goals actually. So I've done my fitness goals, and I've also done some goals for the podcast as well. So,
hang on.
So my goals.
I haven't.
The
my
podcast goals should be talked about off air.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to talk about them now. It's fine. I can do my fitness goals now. So my fitness goals between November the 17th and May the 16th, which is my birthday next year, which works out about 6 months away, actually. So it works out quite well, is learn how to swim properly with good technique and breathing. Train for the triathlon.
I just
need
want
to
to say
book this first.
The briefing for setting the goals was
Process over outcome.
Very much process over outcome, that is a perfect example. What I didn't want was I want to do a triathlon and I want to do it in X amount of time. I don't want a goal that is like I want to finish in the top 10 of a triathlon. It's very much should be, let's just focus on training for a triathlon. I want to learn how to swim.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Train for triathlon, which is hand in hand. I need to book it. Complete Chester 50 mile, and most importantly, enjoy it. That's what I've actually put.
I like that.
Yeah. complete the first. I want to do the first 6 NSRRA races. I want to do them all, and that isn't ambitious, I don't think. And be competitive in Group F. I'm not going to say I want to win anything. Ideally, I'd love to win a mug, but I want to be competitive in Group F. Sub 4:15 at Manchester Marathon, which is 30 minutes off my PB. This is not fitness related, but I suppose it's more to do with me personally. So get below 16 stone. So I've been below 16 stone for a while. So I want to get
Well,
below
we need to
16
make
stone.
sure when we're thinking about weight that we also consider BMI, because this is a conversation that I've had to have with Jack. Jack is now at an ideal weight, so just make sure that you're having a look at that.
My BMI, I'm still probably obese.
Well, what
So
will it be if you're
BMI's
16 stone though?
BMI's rubbish. I don't go off BMI. There's no point going off BMI. My ideal weight for BMI, I think, is like 14 stone, and I'd look ill if I got to 14 stone. The lightest I've ever been in the last 20 years is probably just under 16 stone, and I looked bordering on unwell because I'm so tall. So yeah, so below 16
Hang
stone.
on. In the last 20 years,
Yeah,
you've not been below 16 stone. How old are
no,
you?
38, 37, 38. I'm 6'6", mate.
20?
Yeah. So when I was
38.
17, 18,
38, take a
yeah,
20.
yeah, 18, 17, 18.
You've
I was a
got
lot,
to have been.
I was a lot bigger then. I've got pictures. I've
Oh,
got
true,
pictures.
yeah.
I was a
true,
lot bigger. A lot
True,
bigger.
yeah. I've actually seen the pictures, yeah. All right,
Yeah,
take it back.
yeah.
Carry on.
So if I can get below 16 stone, that's what I want to do. And also, I've added this in, complete Earth. I've seen that you've done it. I've seen that a lot of people have been doing it. I've been asked quite a few times to do it Roostoke Fit. And I think probably now is the time where I want to do it. So it's to complete the Earth. And then that's my short-term goals. My medium-term goals between May the 17th and November the 16th. So 6 months from between then and now. Complete 100k triathlon in a respectable time. Sub 1 hour 55 half. I think that probably could be done. Probably could reduce it down a little bit more if I wanted to. Complete it's at least 6 more NSRR races, which is going to make it more than this year. I think I've done 12 this year, 13 if I do when I do Chad. And then 1,500 miles in a year, because I've nearly done 1,000 miles this year. I'm 135 miles off of 1,000 miles, so I want to push that up a little bit. They're my goals.
I think you've done really well there.
I don't think any of them are not achievable.
No, and do you know what's good about them? And I think this is what I like about setting goals like this. Every single goal contributes to another of your goals.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. Because even doing the Lurf gives you that thing where, as a run leader, if you put that into practice, you're going to be a little bit more accountable for your own running because you see yourself as a run leader, and you might start leading some sessions in the 12 months, which gives you a little bit of extra running that you might do, which will contribute to you doing your certain amount of mileage in a year.
Yeah.
Your NSRRA races, if you're doing those races, adds different level of fitness in, so you keep your running up, which helps you with things like your marathon target and your half marathon target.
Yeah.
And then obviously adding in the triathlon, all of that combined is going to help you with your weight target.
Yeah.
And this is the whole thing. We're not just focusing on saying, I want to be able to run a 5K in this time. Yeah, there's a couple of them, the marathon one and the half marathon one, but they are very much realistic. And what we're doing is saying, right, focus on the process of all of these things combined. And the keywords that you're using is things like respectable times, and I want to be consistent with this, and I want to learn to swim well and enjoy it. Because if we put too much pressure on our goals and we're not, say, realistic with our goals, the first sign of something going wrong, we give up. So like last year, we said, jokingly, I want to win a mug.
Yeah.
There's 4 opportunities to win a mug. Yeah, you still do. But if you get fitter and you get faster and you get more accountable and you get more competitive, like your goal says with NSRRA, you're more likely to win one.
Yeah.
But where we went, I want to win a mug, and there's 4 opportunities. Let's say you can't do one of those races because it just doesn't work. You've only got 3 opportunities left.
Yeah.
If those 3 opportunities come at races where you're not feeling great, and 2 of those opportunities go, you start going, "Oh, I can't do that." So what's the point?
Yeah.
And then what ultimately happens is you might not even run as much because you're like, "I'm never going to win the mug." So what's the point?
Yeah, and we talk about within nursing and mental health is it making it smart, so specific, measurable,
Yeah.
achievable, realistic, and time orientated. Because
Mm.
if you don't have them kind of things in mind, setting a goal actually sets you up to fail. Because if it's
Yeah.
not smart, you aren't going to do it. So if it isn't specific, if it isn't measurable, you're just thinking of something. If it's not achievable,
Mhm.
what's the point in even setting it? So I could turn around and say, yeah, I want to run a sub 3-hour marathon, and I know I'm never going to be able to do it, but it's still a goal.
Yeah.
So what are your goals, Emmy?
I haven't got as many as yourself, Robert, but
Robert.
I have got some goals that I've wrote down.
Sounds
So-
something warm was coming, Robert.
Oh, yeah, Robert.
So I've got I've got a goal for the first half of the year, a goal for the second half of the year, and then I've got 2 that are throughout the year. So my first goal is sub 4 at Manchester Marathon. So sticking to that training plan and getting that sub 4. I'm really, really keen on making sure that I drill into the training plan. I do a good training block and I get that sub 4. I believe that I can do it, but the only way I'll do it is if I stick to the plan. So that brings me on to one of my annual goals, because this is part of it. I suffer terribly with FOMO. And what happens with that is if someone signs up to a race and they have told me they've signed up to a race, I then sign up to that race. So one of my goals
Are you joining me at the triathlon?
is to not just sign up to races for the sake of it, because that impacts my training, and
Big time.
I end up just training for an ultra one week and then a 5k PB the next, and it just completely messes everything up. So I need to stay focused and not just sign up to things because other people are doing it.
And one
So-
good thing is if you feel like you're going to miss out, you can go and spectate or support. Because
This is
I
what I've
got
learned
that
from this
really,
weekend.
really nice feeling on Saturday
Yeah.
of coming to support, because I know I was, obviously I'm not a massive part, but I'm part of what got you through that race.
Yeah.
So it
100%.
made Arthur feel really good as well. So that's what you can do.
Yeah. So I need to have my list of races and not deviate from that, or maybe say to you guys, what do you think? Should I, shouldn't I? And just not. I shouldn't be signing up to a race unless it's been approved, unless it's been authorized, and I need to make sure that I'm holding myself accountable. I dread to think how much money I've spent on races this year, just because other people are doing it. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to do it. I want to be there.
And I think
wanna be
this is the
part of that.
thing. People sign up for races and it's their race. It's not your race. And I
Yeah.
think you do it because you don't want to miss out. But I think the best thing to do is to sort of go, right, these are the races I'm targeting this year. And if, let's say, for instance, not Oliver.
Not Oliver.
He's just
Oh, he
nicking
doesn't
some of my
sound-
juice.
He doesn't sound very well, that lad.
I know, he's just had a little cough. Are you okay? Yeah.
Cold coming.
Good.
It's going round. He'll sound like Barry White tomorrow, the
That's
walrus,
the segment.
walrus of love.
Good night with Oliver. That's the segment out the way. So, what I think you have to look at is he's been in the hot tub a long time. I bet he's ever so wrinkly.
I bet it is.
I don't know if he's been in there the whole time. I think he's been with Dan.
Anyway, pick your goal race, and I think you've got one: Manchester or potentially London. No, not London. No,
No,
Manchester.
Fraser's got. Fraser
Well
got
done,
that.
Fraser. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, Fraser. I'm still in the running for Get London.
But this is the thing,
1st
right?
of December, we find out.
Pick your marathon. Pick your marathon target.
Mm.
You've got it. There's nothing to say that you can't race things like 5Ks, 10Ks, but they really need to complement your
Yeah.
goal, your target.
Yeah.
You don't want to be racing every other week, because the biggest thing with the marathon is to get those long runs in. Now, if you've got a weekend where, let's say, for instance, you signed up to a little piddly 5K or a little piddly 10K race, great. But you're only going to get in on that day 6 miles. Is that 6 miles going to play a big part of your marathon weekend training, which is like, I want you to do 15 miles at target specific race
Yeah.
pace? It's not. What you can do is you can say, right, I am going to do this little piddly 10K, but that little piddly 10K is going to be sandwiched between 5 miles there, 5 miles after, and the
Yeah.
10K in the middle is going to be your target race pace. So you don't have to miss out on the races, but what you need to do is you need to think, well, what's my goal and where does it fit in with my plan? And that's the important part. So I think, yes, do other races, but have a think. It's not a race. I don't want to miss out on the race, the atmosphere, the environment of the race, the community. But this is how I'm going to use that race to my advantage, and that's what you need to look at.
Yeah, so I just need to be really strategic when I'm booking races and look at them, look at the diary, and just really analyze, am I going to benefit from doing that race? Is that race going to support me with my training, or am I just
Totally.
signing up for it because other people are there? So yes, that's one of the goals throughout the year. Then I've got the NSRRA. So in the first part of the season, I want to get a promotion out of Group X into W.
First part of the season.
Well, I don't really understand how it works.
So you run over the 12 months and then you get a promotion.
So I don't get. So if I'm in the wrong group.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
So Emma believes that she's in the wrong
in the wrong
group,
group,
and
yeah.
she wants to do really well to give Ken no
Yeah.
choice but to bump her up.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
my goal.
That's my goal. Yeah, well, fair enough.
Shane
Shane
Ward.
Ward, yeah. What a song. What a song. Do you know who Shane Ward is, Emma?
No.
X Factor winner. Or
Anyway,
Pop
back
Idol.
to your goals.
And then my final goal. Why are you laughing at me?
don't know what the Walrus of Love. Don't know Shane Ward. Don't know who Bluey is.
I know who Robbie Williams is. I know who Geordie Kiefer is. You don't know who Geordie Kiefer is.
I know who Geordie Kiefer is.
You do now.
I do know.
Slippy Banana or something, wasn't it?
Banana bag.
Banana bag.
Same thing.
Anyway, back to the goals.
Yeah.
So the second half of the year, I've got Manchester half marathon, and I'm going to get a half marathon PB at the later half of the year. So my current half PB, I think, is 1:49, and did I do that in Edinburgh? Is that the last big one I had? And I'm gonna knock a little bit of time off that. I want to get a half PB at the other end of the year, and that's all for me.
And I think that is a really nice way of looking at it, because I'm a big believer that to get a faster marathon time, you need a faster half marathon time. And also, you try really bringing down your other times in order to be able to sustain better paces and also to get a really good aerobic development. So I think your goals, a lot like Rob's, it's kind of, yes, there are race targets there, as in time targets, but we're not going to focus on the marathon target time. That's not what we're focusing on. We're focusing on all the little pieces, because if we do all those little pieces well, target the right things in training, do the right things, not get FOMO and sign up to things, and we actually focus on doing the long run, all of the other things stack up and probably should, as the end result, lead to what you want to get.
Yeah. So we are going to. I've already wrote mine out on a note. Emma needs to write hers out on a note. And
No, I'm going to go better. I'm going to record myself.
Okay. There you go.
Oh,
Emma's going to record herself.
thinking
and
of
we
the
are going
views.
to pin it to our Instagram.
Yeah.
And we want you, listeners, to do the same. So think of a goal. Think, is it smart? So is it specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time orientated? And let us know what your goals are. Pin it to your profile and tag us in it, and we will share it to our story. and we will keep you accountable, and you can keep us accountable because we will be having it pinned to ours as well. So let us know what your goals are in the next 12 months. So from now until May, and then May until now, and we can see how we progress, all of us together, this little couch to coach community that we've got. Sam, Sam, did I miss the fall?
Well,
hi Sam.
Funnily enough, in the time that we've been recording this episode, which is an hour and 15, I've had another 500 views on Instagram. So I am currently going viral.
You're going
You're
viral.
trending. You're trending.
Trending.
Yeah.
7,481 plays now. I mean, it's not massive, not into
Wait
the
till I
millions
start
yet.
playing it in a minute. I'll put it on my story,
Yeah,
and it'll get
it's
some more
going.
views. Yeah.
So
But no,
that's
Sam,
that.
you didn't miss the fall.
Talk about your goals. We talked about our goals. Talked about what we want to do in the next 12 months. Shall we have? Go on.
I want to meet Sam. I think he'd be really funny. I think we'd
He
have a
is
laugh.
he is a very funny guy. Hi Wob. Hi Sam. Silver lining. Yeah,
He's a
that's
toss-up, is what he is.
exactly what I said. Every cloud has a silver lining, Sam. Exactly what I said. Me and Sam are so in tune.
Me and Sam are so in tune.
Oh dear. So we have a look at
Sexy black. Yeah. Sexy
graph.
Yeah. Them other boys don't know how to act. Yeah. If that's your girl, better watch your back. Yeah. She'll burn it up for me, and that's a fact. Yeah. Bring up to the chorus. Come here, girl.
So
I went on a bit.
I know
That was a long one.
Because I'm trying to find it on Instagram. Filling dead air. That's what it's called in the professional world. So we've had quite a lot of votes actually for both our host sexy graph and also our listener sexy graph. So shall we do the listener sexy graph first?
Yeah.
So listener sexy graph, we have, who did we have that came into it, who we voted for? We had the running gardener, so Ben Freeman. Well done, Ben. Amy T, the triathlete. So well done, Amy. We had Sad Miles Club. Well done, Sad Miles Club. Andrew Farrell. It's not Andrew Farrell, but Andrew Farrell's mate. We've talked about it on the podcast. And Real Stunaldo, which is Jack. And apologies, Claire. I didn't see the message that you sent to us because I went off the ones that tagged us in a story. So I had to add Claire Allman in after. So the winner with 53% of the votes. Well done to Jack Stewart. So Jack, I know you're not listening, but I'm sure you'll find out between now and Friday that you have won. We'll share it on the Instagram as well. So well done to Jack Stewart. You are the winner. And for the hosts sexy graph vote, we have, where is it? I've lost it now. It's gone.
Just play the music again. Come on, fill the gap.
I'll fill the gap. You ready?
Sexy
Graph.
Yeah. Them other boys don't know how to act. Yeah. If that's your girl, better watch your back. Yeah. She'll burn it up for me, and that's a fact. Yeah.
I still got Emma won. Emma won with about 70% of the vote. I know last time I looked, I think Emma had 17 votes. So she had like 70% of the votes. Ben had 7 votes. So I think he had like 10% and I had 1 vote. So I don't know why. I don't know who. I've no idea. I can't remember.
Amy Carney.
Yeah, no, Amy Carney didn't vote for me this year.
No, I think James Mitchell votes for you every week.
No, he doesn't. He
He
Actually, I've got
does.
it now. So people who voted for me. So the person who voted for me was Amy Tingy, who is Amy T triathlete. She's
Amy Tingy.
Yeah.
Amy Carney's burner account.
The running garden. So you had 2, 4, 6. So you had 7 votes, Ben. Ben Freeman votes for you every week. One show. Sam
Ben's stick
Crozier.
together, aren't they?
Yeah, Matt Taylor. James Mitchell voted for you this week. Lewis Edwards and Julianne Kettle. And then the people who voted for Emmy, basically they're all a bit off running club.
Come on, read them out.
Becky, Laura, Martin Haynes, Laura Williams, Katie Harvey, Caroline Morris, Amy Carney finally voted for you. Leo Wheeler,
True friend.
Liz Ross, Carly Wilshaw, Chris Turner, Jonathan Wright, Jim Flowers, Jack Stewart, Kelly Byrndred, Carly Chorner, Chelsea Sargent, and Claire Allman. So you
Oh,
had
that's nice that Chelsea voted. That's interesting.
18 votes. You had 69% of the votes.
It's thoroughly deserved. I mean, you know.
Do you know what the problem is though now?
She only had to run a 60-miler to get it though this week.
I'm not going to get it now for ages because
you're never
this
gonna
week
get
I'll
anywhere near
be really, really down, and then I'm going to have to start climbing back up. So I'm not going to get that, but it's going to be about building and consistency. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
I hate to burst your bubble. I mean, I've already done 10.7 miles today, so you know.
Well, you've got to win one week, haven't you?
I won last week, thank you.
He did. Yeah, he did win last week. So
we need to keep a record.
We do need to start making a record. She's going to start making a record now. She's won it back. Forget about all the other ones when I didn't win. We'll start making a record now, from now on. So, well done, Emma. Well done, Ben. Well done, Rob.
Well done, Rob.
Swimming.
What are you well done yourself for?
Well done, all listeners. Well done, everybody that's out there.
Could you like Strava your swims? Do you put that on your watch?
I haven't, because the swimming pool I'm swimming in currently is tiny. So I have like 2-3 strokes of a swimming stroke, and then I'm at the end. So there's no point.
Yeah, but just think of all the bubbles you're blowing, mate.
Yeah, I will. I do think
Arthur even told me when I said, who's a better swimmer, you or your dad? He said, me. My dad's only learning how to breathe. Blow bubbles.
I know I'll blow bubbles already.
He's only learning how to breathe.
And blow bubbles.
And on that note, we will see you all later.
Bye.
You twat.